Hey guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to cover a basic of pandas. We are going to see how CSV, that is a comma separated values, can be loaded into a data frame. What are the options available while creating a data frame from a CSV file? How this a data frame can be exported as a CSV to a local disk. Uh, we will also cover how we can create a data frame from a dictionary and from a list, and what is the fundamental difference between a data frame and a series. So let's get started. We'll start with a very basic import as import pandas as PD. In this case, PD is a standard alias for pandas. The next thing we are importing is a path lib. We will see what is the significance of a path lib. Now let's go ahead and set a variable for a path name. Now in my case, my file CSV file is in data directory. So I'm just creating a variable called file name and providing a path. Now in this case, if you notice, this file name is, the path of the file name is provided data slash, that is a backward slash followed by a file name. Now if you are working on the Linux, probably you may need to change it as a front slash. So in order to avoid the changing of the file name variable depending upon you are working on Linux or OS, we could simply use the module path from pathlib. And so in this case, you did not change a file name, even if you are running on Windows or Linux machine. So now let's go ahead and create a data frame. Now Panda provide a very convenient function called read underscore CSV, and you pass a file name. And that's all, your data frame is created. Let's check what is the data type of a variable called df. You could use command called type and pass your data frame. So it should show as a data frame. Now let's look at the content of a data frame. So if you look at the content of data frame, there are 49,563 rows and 18 columns. So as we mentioned, we have a CSV read underscore CSV functions, and using this function, a content of the CSV was loaded into a data frame. Now, in some cases, we may want to select, say, only specific rows. So in this case, we can just go ahead and say n rows, and we can instruct Panda to create a data frame with only say top 3 rows from a CSV file. And now if you look at the content of a DF, a data frame, you would see data frame has only a top 3 row from CSV file. Now it may possible in some cases that you are interested only in say a couple of columns from CSV file. So using use call options as a list, we could just specify the column we are interested in. So in this way, we can instruct Panda to create a data frame with only 2 columns. And if I run this now, if I check the content of TF, we would see data frame has only 2 columns, which we have specified here using a use call option. Now, next thing, we are going to see how a data frame can be created from a dictionary. So let's consider a very simple dictionary, say students marks. And let's specify this dictionary with the name of the student, say Alex, and his mark in say 2 subject. Another student called Dennis, his mark for 2 subject would be 30 and 50, for example. And say one more student, say Charles, his mark would be 50 and 80. So this is a dictionary. If you check a type of student marks, this is a dictionary. Now, in order to create a data frame from a dictionary, syntax is pretty straightforward. pd dot data frame and pass a dictionary, that's all. Student marks. And if you look at the content of df1, you would see a data frame created with the 2 rows, because we have, this is 3 columns and 2 rows. Now please note, when the data frame is created from a dictionary, the column index would be same as the keys of a dictionary. This may not be the same case for the list, so let's check it out. So for this example, for example, let's create a list of the students, say So let's create a list of students' name, say Alex, and Charles. Let's check the type of this list. I would say type of the student name and it should be list. Now let's go ahead and create a data frame. So syntax is again same as we have used for dictionary and pass this name. Now let's check the content of this data frame and you see the data frame is created. Now please note in this case your column index is start with a 0 because we have not specified, and by default for list it will be say 0 1 2 3 and likewise. You could specify specific columns using columns, and we could specify say name of the students. If we check the content, we will see that your data frame has your columns is updated with the names. Now next thing we are going to see what is the difference between a series and a data frame. So series is a single column representation from a data frame. So let's prove this. So what I mean is, suppose let's consider this frame called df1. Content look like this. We have 2 rows and 3 column. So so as I said, a series is a single column representation from a data frame. So let's select a single column from this data frame. And you see this Alex has a 2 row 10 and 30. Now if you check the type of this data, it would be a series. So the fundamental difference between a series and a data frame is a series is a single column representation from a data frame, whereas a data frame is your table-like structure where you have multiple series combined.